You're waiting for a sign. You sit in silence, listening for an inner signal, replaying coincidences hour and hour, hoping they'll tell you what to do. It feels like wisdom. It feels like patience. But let's look at what's actually happening. This isn't wisdom. It's exhaustion. You're spending more energy explaining your inaction than it would take to move. You've become better at negotiating with yourself than taking the first step. What you call intuition has become a 24-hour conversation that never reaches a conclusion. You're not exhausted from taking action. You're exhausted from negotiating with yourself every single day. Why do these signs become so convincing? Because underneath them is something much simpler. Fear. The fear of making the wrong decision. The fear of looking foolish. The fear of rejection, the fear of losing control. But fear rarely introduces itself honestly. Admitting that would be uncomfortable. So it tells a different story instead. It wraps uncertainty in language that feels meaningful and familiar. It whispers, maybe this isn't fear. Maybe the timing just isn't right. For a moment, you feel relief. The anxiety fades and you're left with a temporary sense of certainty. The cost is that nothing moves. Your life stays exactly where it is while you wait for permission to begin. But here's the real danger. This game has no ending. The longer you wait for certainty, the weaker your ability to make decisions becomes. You become trapped in a perfect cycle. Fear keeps speaking in a voice you trust, and you pay for that illusion with years of standing still. You don't need to defeat fear. That's the wrong battle. No one becomes fearless overnight. What you can do is stop confusing fear with guidance. Take the decision back from the part of you that's pretending to protect you. Because not every voice that sounds wise is leading you forward. That's why you don't need another meditation session or another search for answers outside yourself. You need a way to test your thinking against reality. Let's call it the reality check protocol. The next time a sign, a feeling, or an inner voice tells you not to move forward, pause. Write down exactly what it told you. Put the words on paper so they stop floating around inside your head. Now remove the mystery. Read it out loud. Then ask yourself one simple question. Is this avoidance or is it fear looking for a convincing argument? Now perform the anti-ritual. Don't try to be brave. Take the smallest action that moves you toward the thing you've been avoiding. Send one email, open one document, make one phone call. Take one real step. Courage isn't the goal. The goal is to stop mistaking fear for guidance, because fear often speaks with the voice you trust the most. Stop spending your energy negotiating with explanations that never require action. Reality doesn't respond to hesitation, it responds to behavior. Stop collecting signs, start collecting evidence. Tell me in the comments, how long have you been waiting for the perfect sign before making one decision you already knew you needed to make? Maybe the sign you've been waiting for was never outside you. Maybe it was the moment you stopped waiting.